My name is Daniel, and I want all of you to Mensch Up. I want to discuss the future of masculinity and the role that Jewish men play in that. So, within that, I'd like to say, first off, that gender rights are not a competition. I don't mean to say that when I'm talking about men's rights, we should ignore women's rights. I think that it's about collaboration and support, and both genders can benefit when both are being supported. So, that said, what does the modern man look like? Well, to be honest, there's a lot of references to man caves. There's a lot of references to men having poor hygiene habits. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. But that said, who are our role models? We don't have very positive role models. Bald, fat, incapable of raising a family or even getting through everyday life without making huge mistakes. That's not what I want to live up to. So, that said, we start from early on. We're told to not cry. We're told to soldier up. We're told to be a man. We're told to go and die for our country if need be. And it continues from there. We have body image issues just as women do. I can't live up to that. I'm close, but not quite, without taking some steroids. That's not a healthy body image issue. So there's a lot of areas where men have to deal with a lot of struggles that aren't recognized. Another area is that men are increasingly less educated. Higher education is less and less populated by men. If you get a job, you have to deal with sexual harassment too, but it's funny when it's a man being sexually harassed. Laughter is not funny. So, another issue is dealing with custody. In divorce and custody cases, even if the father is the more capable parent, they don't receive child rights. And also, the incarceration rate is very disproportionately male. Prostate cancer receives a fraction of the awareness that breast cancer does, and yet equally lethal. Therefore, men have a lower life expectancy rate. Being male should not be a pre-existing condition. So I ask you, is that true equality? I think there's a lot of areas around masculinity that we need to discuss and work on to make a better future. So, with that in mind, what I would like to look at is what values do Jewish men have that we can offer to other men who might need some support? Well, first off, that part about boys don't cry, let me tell you, if you have a Jewish mother, you'll see. You'll cry. She can elicit any emotion that she wants out of you. So Jewish men tend to have a very strong sense of emotional responsibility. There's also the aspect of fatherhood. I can tell you a lot of jokes about Jewish mothers, but I can't tell you that many father jokes. So I think we need to discuss the role that men play in Jewish families. Nonetheless, Jewish men have a great place outside of the family as well. Jewish men are funny. I think so. I am, hopefully. And last time you watched a movie, if it was funny, it probably had a Jewish writer somewhere involved in the script. Yes, we're in Hollywood. Jewish men are smart. Jewish men oftentimes fill the halls of academia. That piece I mentioned about education and men falling behind, Jewish men can help other men fill that role, given our value in education. Jewish men are successful in business. Every time we've entered a new civilization or culture, we've thrived. We're also successful in the bedroom, but that's after intermission. There's a talk about that. So, additionally, these are all aspects, and Jewish men are mensches. There's a lot of Jewish men who are known for being good people. Your booby was onto something when she told you to date Jewish. Maybe because we're mensches. So, mensches are a big part of being Jewish. So what I ask is, how are we going to develop a new sense of masculinity? How are we going to involve these Jewish values and share them with the rest of the community of men? One of the areas I think that's necessary is community. Ignore the gun show. Listen to me. Community is incredibly important. Communicate with your friends. Have a man's night. Build a men's group. Figure out ways to commune with other men. And that will definitely help out in the future. Because I urge you to think about, what's the next generation going to be? What values do you want to instill in your sons? And what values do you want to instill in yourselves? Thank you very much. My name is Daniel Lebowitz.